I can't believe that Milk and Honey is 40 years old already. Of course, what I'm talking about is obviously the John Lennon album, released on January 27th of 1984. However, the first U.S. single was Nobody Told Me. That was released on January 6th, 1984. But we're probably getting ahead of ourselves a little bit. First of all, the album itself, when it was released, was considered obviously a posthumous project following John Lennon's death in 1980. And in fact, when you look at the cover art, you'll see that it's basically a mirror of Double Fantasy. It's a colorized version of the Double Fantasy photograph right on the front cover. And it's a good album. It's really a good, enjoyable album as I've reflect on it, and obviously reflecting on the 40th anniversary, and just want to give some more of my thoughts on different tracks and everything like that. So, first we're going to start track by track. We'll go through and just some quick thoughts. So here we go. First track is I'm Stepping Out. Now, this was actually one of the last singles released, if not the very last one, I believe, released March 15th of 1984. So I'm Stepping Out. It's talking about John Lennon. He's a house husband and going crazy and crazy, screwing around watching Sesame Street. He just wants to get out of the house. He's had his time being in the house during the years of 1975 to 1980. Although, it makes it seem like, okay, he hasn't gotten out of the house. He's been busy raising his son Sean. But in reality, we all know he was working on a whole bunch of demos, from anything from the Lost Lennon tapes to various bootlegs and everything that floated out through the years. So he was a bit busier than that, but he's certainly reflecting the frustrations of that. Very nice track, very upbeat track. He's going out into the city. Got to put on my spacesuit. Got to look my best. I'm heading out into the city. So, very enjoyable track. I come back to this one very often. That's just one I usually don't tend to skip. The next John Lennon track I'm going to focus on is I Don't Want to Face It. Now, this is kind of a very opposite feeling from Give Peace a Chance, excuse me. Give Peace a Chance, nice sentiment and everything. It's not quite one I normally play whenever I'm going over John's career. But this song, I Don't Want to Face It, I do play quite a lot. I think probably it's one of his most honest songs that he ever did. You could dish it out, but you just can't take it. He's singing at himself in part of the lyrics. I think he's kind of attacking himself, calling himself out over his own stuff, over his own failings. And I think that was really good that he did that. He was able to recognize that. One of the other lyrics I always enjoy, you want to save humanity, but it's people that you just can't stand. Again, this is not the simplistic, let's just all give peace a chance. This is a bit much more, complex feelings. Really rocking track, really good guitar work in my view. I think that definitely a standout track. Again, it's one I play quite often, kind of a good, count into the track. It's just shredding on the track, just a good old-fashioned rocker. Really, when there weren't maybe quite as many during this period, but still, he hadn't forgotten how to rock. So next Lennon track I want to focus on is Nobody Told Me. This was actually the first U.S. single, as I alluded to at the top of the review, released in the U.S. January 6th of 1984, and the UK January 9th of 1984. In the UK, it hit number 6, and in the US, it hit number 5. So not bad at all. Really one of my favorite John songs of all time. Definitely in my top 5 of Lennon solo compositions. Everybody's talking, but no one says a word. There's so many great lyrics, in the song itself, that I really enjoy that. It deserved to be the top 10 hit that it was. There was a lot of airplay on MTV, I remember back in the day. Now, the video you will see on the original broadcast of MTV, it's different from the video that's included in the Lennon Legend DVD from 2003. So just to kind of make folks aware of that, if you've never seen either of the videos before. But certainly a lot of airplay, seemed to probably get a lot of radio play as well, because of the MTV release and influence and everything like that. Really amazing song. can't recommend it enough. It's just one of my favorite songs. Uh, Next track is Borrowed Time. I mean, aren't we all living on borrowed time, no matter how you slice it? Borrowed Time itself, this was released as a single on March 11th of 1984. Only made it to UK number 32 as a single, but some good stuff there. A little bit of vocalizations from Lennon, not quite full lyrics in certain parts of the song, kind of towards the end, really. I probably would have edited that out myself, but again, a lot of these were rough takes, demos, studio run-throughs that he was doing. Who knows what it would have sounded like had he gotten the chance to finish it. But just, very nice sentiment, and, yeah, very true of all of us, no matter how long we've got on this earth. And finally, Grow Old With Me. Grow Old With Me, he was hoping to make one of those kind of standard tracks with, violins, horns, that type of thing. Probably something similar to maybe Yesterday by Paul. Very nice sentiment, just grow old with me, two branches of one tree, as the lyrics go. Very much, very much just inspired by Robert Browning poem, I think it was. And this song, it's also not only on this album, and it's kind of a nice piano demo on this album. The 1998 John Lennon anthology had a fully orchestrated version done at the request of George Martin, which was nice to have. The Give Me Some Truth box set from 2020, this has half of the orchestrated version and half of kind of another, rawer version combined into one on that particular track. So if you're looking for a couple different tracks, I could definitely direct you to either of those. Overall, a nice album. It has some good songs on it. I think if you combined the John tracks from Milk and Honey and combine them with his tracks from Double Fantasy, you have a heck of an album. You have possibly his best album, in my view. I really enjoyed this period of John's career. Definitely from Walls and Bridges from 1974 to about 1980 is probably some of my favorite material that he recorded. Not to mean that anything beforehand wasn't that good, but it was, some great material, really. But I just really enjoyed that and just wanted to kind of reflect on the 40th anniversary, because we're coming up on so many different anniversaries of things, and certainly things I can remember, growing up during the MTV era, back when they used to play music videos. So that's my thoughts. Feel free to share your thoughts on the album. Feel free to comment below. And of course, again, just thank you to all the new folks that have come along the journey, all the old folks that are still sticking with me. I appreciate it. Just make sure, again, thumbs up, like, and subscribe is always appreciated. It's been helping the channel and continues to help me in my journey forward. And I'll see everybody in the next video.